I fired off. I got a text this morning from the opposing general manager at like it might have been like 8:30 or 9. Like, we'll take a look, and because you go back and forth with ideas that most of them, 99% of them, go nowhere. But when you do hit and you feel good enough, we'll get ownership involved and see if we can close something out.
Or is he? Despite we know the answer to that question when you saw what he did last year. So he checked every box. It was just would my ownership be willing to play on it despite the contract length and stuff, and we were able to work through that with ownership, thankfully, and I send bouquets to the Steinbrenner family for that, and then obviously work through with the Marlins. So hopefully everybody got what they wanted.
Hola mi gente, this is Roberto Ruiz, aka Don Sicario. How's everyone doing this off season? It's dead right now, folks. We are waiting, patiently waiting to see what the Yankees do. We're waiting to see if Brian Reynolds' price tag goes down a bit. The Pirates want the Yankees' top 3 prospects. They want a Dominguez. They want a Peraza, a Volpe, or, our top guys for 3 years of Brian Reynolds. I get it. They don't, they're going to want everything. They're going to want the best that they can get for him because he doesn't want to stay. But it's wild that they offered him, like 70 mil? Yet they want a Soto type trade. I don't know. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. But since we're low-key waiting, let's discuss other topics. Let's step outside of the box and kind of discuss some other things going on. And one thing I'm keeping an eye on is one team are the Angels, the Los Angeles Angels. Artie Moreno supposedly put the team up for sale, and the bids are to start like in January or February, something like that. That team is up for sale right now. And we've seen teams go up for sale and, some of them just have a fire sale. We've seen this happen before. What I want to discuss is something to keep an eye on is what are the Angels going to do with their guys? Shohei Ohtani, who they settled on a 1-year, $30 million contract. Because Shohei's a free agent after this. And he's not staying there. From my understanding, the rumors are, he doesn't want to stay there. He doesn't like the losing culture. He wants to be part of a winning culture, right? Obviously. Especially a star like Shohei Ohtani. That boy's going to get paid. They're saying he's going to make $500 million. Damn. Angels aren't going to do that. And if the rumors are true, the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Padres, the Mets, there's a few teams right now in the NL that are going to go hard after him. There's no way the Angels can compete with those guys, with those clubhouses. So my question is, they have 2 players that are making a lot of money. Anthony Rendon signed a 7-year, $245 million contract with them. He hasn't been able to really play. He's been injured. That contract, they're definitely going to try to get rid of that contract. I could see them flipping Rendon this offseason or maybe in the trade deadline. When healthy, Rendon is a solid third baseman. There's going to be a lot of teams that I think they would trade for him. Mike Trout signed a 12-year, $426 million contract. That's a big contract. I doubt the new owners are going to want to deal with that. Well, how do you know that? I mean, I'm assuming. Because we've seen this before. When a team comes up for sale and they clean house on all the big contracts that they have. The Miami Marlins did the same thing a few years back. They got rid of some big contracts. Stanton, Yelich, like that outfield was stacked. Nobody thought that they would get rid of Stanton. He came off of an MVP year. Why the hell would the Marlins trade him? He got traded. I remember my guy Felix from NYYNEWS was all over that. He was getting fired left and right. He was saying, it's a possibility. Not saying it's going to happen, but it's a possibility. No, you're bugging. Blah, blah, blah. Where's Stanton playing right now? He's a Yankee. Yelich was in the Brewers. They all got moved. When the Yankees, this offseason so far, they've been pushing this. We're not done yet. When they signed Judge, they told Judge, we're not done. Hal Steinbrenner told Judge, we're not done. We have the flexibility to get you plus more. And Hal Steinbrenner did that. He threw Judge the bag. He went after Carlos Rodon. Now it's Cashman's turn to do his part. Cashman right now has been low-key waiting. They're saying that Cashman's waiting for the Pirates to lower their asking price. That he's keeping tabs on Profar. He's keeping tabs on this guy, that guy, just in case. Or they're comfortable going into the season with Hicks and a Cabrera platoon type situation. Cashman, when have we known Cashman to be putting all their moves out there? He's always sneaky. He's always doing these ninja cash moves, whether we like them or not. What if, quote unquote, what if he's waiting for something that we're not expecting? Michael Kay was so damn excited. It's been a while since I've seen him excited like that. The Yankees, they're gonna make a big move, not including Rodon. Is Brian Reynolds that big of a move to have Michael Kay drooling on the air like that? Maybe. Are the Yankees going to give up a Peraza plus a Dominguez plus a Volpe or whichever other top prospect for Brian Reynolds? I don't think so. They're saying that the two top teams waiting for Brian Reynolds are the Yankees and the Rangers. If that's the case, the Rangers have to hire up on this deal because they have what the Pirates want. And that's stud pitching, young arms. And from my understanding, the Rangers have some of the top, the Rangers and the Dodgers and what's the other team? I don't think they're in. Anyways, they have top prospects, pitching prospects. We don't have that. The top arms that we had, we gave them up for Montas. That's a whole nother mess on its own. We don't have top arms that the Pirates would want. So we would have to give up Dominguez and these top guys. I don't think that's going to happen. Brian Cashman, in my opinion, he's pivoted already. He pivoted a while ago. His eyes are on a whole bunch of other different things right now. What if the big move, right? That Cashman said, I got a text from another GM. I need to have the owner pass it through with the owner, right? To get the owner's approval. What big move he would have to talk to Hal about? Because They don't want to go over, I think, 290 or something like that. So he has to get permission from Hal because I'm assuming this move is going to take him over. Josh Donaldson, Aaron Hicks, they can be moved. Don't sit there and think that they cannot be moved. They could be moved. They can take a L and move them with some good prospects. Brian Cashman can easily pull that off. He hasn't done it yet because I feel like he's waiting to see what happens. He could take the L and trade them. But he's waiting for a moment where he's not taking the L. Cashman doesn't like to lose trades. He doesn't like to look like he made an error. He has that, Brian Cashman and his ego. Everybody knows the deal already, how that is. But what if the big move is waiting to see if Mike Trout becomes available? Oh, you're bugging. Okay, fine, yeah. Folks, this is the off season. Stop taking everything so serious. Let's have some fun. Let's discuss some things. That's the point of this, right? We record these. It's just to talk, just to listen, just to kind of pass the time. Everybody's waiting. Let's have some fun. Relax. Go ahead and take it easy. Let's have some fun. Let's talk about some things. Let's do some what ifs. But wouldn't it be such a Cashman move if he's just laying in the cut waiting to see how this Angels sale, like, what happens? For them to say that there's a big move coming and nothing has happened, if you look around the league and just kind of pay attention to what's going on, this could be something. Nobody wants to touch the subject. I get it. It sounds crazy. That Stanton being traded to the Yankees sounded crazy. And yet it happened. A ninja move, right? Ninja Cash. He bounced off of not being able to get, not that he was not able to, because he could have. There was a bunch of different moves he could have made, and he chose not to do it. So they say he bounced off. He to recover, he went for Giancarlo Stanton. Okay, cool. But what if he's waiting right now? He's trying to see how everything plays out. What if he's waiting to see, because if a new owner buys the Angels, yeah, they can say, no, we want Ohtani. We want Trout. We want to keep this going. But a majority of the time, that doesn't happen that way. These new owners are going to, remember, unless a guy like Steve Cohen or George Steinbrenner that buys a team and is a fan, a local guy, and he's a fan of the team, and he's like, hell no, we're not going to get rid of these guys. When I buy the team, we're going to throw the bag at Shohei, etc., etc. That's a big what if, too. What if they do want to get rid of them, though? Before a new owner buys the team. What if the person that's going to buy is like, listen, you got to get rid of these contracts before we do this? Well, to get Trout, you're going to have to empty the farm. Not really. His contract is huge. He's getting paid, like $33 million a year? So, close to that. If the Yankees want to take on that contract, they might have to give up one top prospect, maybe two. If they're taking on that contract, and maybe like how they did with Stanton, the Marlins are paying a little bit of what's owed to Stanton. What if they can do the same thing with the Angels? And if that's the case, Josh Donaldson's gone. They're going to move Josh Donaldson. They can make that happen. The Cashman loves these type of situations where he gets to be creative, right? Like an interview I heard a few years back, how Brian Cashman says, we don't want to be known for making the big splashy moves. We want to be known for making the smart moves. All right, fine, whatever. This move right here, sneaking and just getting Mike Trout to play for the Yankees, that's a big move. There was rumors that Trout wanted out. They even tried to move Trout to left field to keep him healthy. Trout is from Jersey. Supposedly he wants to play in the East Coast. And his go-to team was either the Phillies or the Yankees or something like that. It could be bullshit, but it could be true. The Phillies don't need an outfielder right now. And they're not going to be able to take on that contract. They already have some big contracts. And they just signed Trey Turner. The Yankees, on the other hand, need an outfielder. They need a left fielder. And they can take on that contract. Don't think for 1 second that the Yankees can't afford that. They would like to stay under a certain number. For a Mike Trout, you best believe Hal Steinbrenner would greenlight that move. If it was available. Now, again, I'm saying if. Don't sit here and say, oh, you're crazy. That's fine. But don't be naive to think that something like this is impossible. You never know. You never know. So, let's sit back and watch to see what happens. I have a clip of Ryan Reynolds talking about how the Angels and the Yankees, before spring training, had a deal. Aaron Judge was going to the Los Angeles Angels. He doesn't know for who. Like, he didn't know a lot of detail. He said, all I know is that deal was going to go down. Now, let's sit back and think about it. There's a reason why Hal Steinbrenner had to take over the negotiations with Aaron Judge. Maybe Aaron Judge and Brian Cashman have this beef because Cashman wanted to trade him. But Hal Steinbrenner, I'm assuming, shot it down. Because why would Judge and Cashman have this beef? Because Cashman leaked out the contract details? That's it? No, there's got to be more to it. I truly believe that Cashman really tried to trade Judge to the Angels. But obviously it fell apart. My question is, what was coming back? Who was coming back? Because if you're giving up Aaron Judge, it had to be somebody big. Maybe it was a Shohei. Maybe it was Trout. Who knows? But Ryan Reynolds why would he say that? He wouldn't say that for no reason. I'm going to include the clip so you can hear it for yourselves. And you tell me. I've been tweeting about it. Nobody's entertaining that. I don't know why. But why would Ryan Reynolds say that? So it fell through. It fell apart. Shit, what if they still have some terms? They can always go back to it. Like, listen, we don't have Judge. But Cashman is creative. Who knows if they probably begin where they left off and just kind of change the terms around and who's going where and, it's what I'm saying is it's not impossible. It's something that it would be such a Ninja Cash move. And that to me would be in the category of a big move. So let's see how this plays out. I'm not saying this is going to happen. But shit, if it did, wow. Wow. That would be a let's go for it type of move. Can you imagine Mike Trout in the outfield playing for the Yankees? Wow. Don't be so serious, folks. Relax. Let's have some fun. Let us cook. The Yankees are cooking right now. Let us cook. Let us fans cook. We do it every offseason and every trade deadline. We're like, oh, hopefully they go for this guy. Hopefully they go for that guy. Shit. This is one of those. So let's see what happens. hopefully when I come back on again, a move has taken place and we could discuss it. But for now, let's enjoy this time and let's figure it out. Because let me tell you something, that Bird app is boring. When there's no Yankees baseball, it is boring. So, again, this is Roberto Ruiz, a.k.a. Don Sicario. And hopefully, we have some more news coming up. Hold it down, folks.